Hello. We are in trouble. Listen to this. We have criminals investigating criminals. How is that going to work out? And we have a fraudster. Look at this man and listen to exactly what he says.
Standpoint, we have boots on the ground right now. We have
Boots on the
investigators that are
ground.
making sure that any HUD-funded programs in Minnesota are being carried out appropriately. Also, we just launched an investigation into housing authorities, public housing authorities there in Minnesota. They receive about $108 million in Minneapolis and also about $46 million in public housing assistance there. So we want to make sure that we're being good stewards over taxpayer money. So these investigations are going on right now from a HUD standpoint. And to the president's point, we have to root out this fraud and abuse and this waste, because this is hard-working American taxpayer funds, and there's been criminal activity going on. And so we have to root it out and continue to enforce the law.
Okay, so let's talk about the alleged lawbreakers. They are Somali immigrants. That is a fact. And the investigation will continue to find whether or not there are other people involved. But nonetheless, you've got mainstream media that seems to be focusing less on the actual massive fraud scandal that is happening and developing every day more and more. We're learning more out of Minnesota, and focusing more on the Somali immigrants that are actually the real victims in all of this. Listen to this exchange on CNN, for example.
What's going on here is very clear. It's a targeting of the Somalis.
Everything seems to be about whether or not the people involved here are Somali.
The white evangelical crowd who purports to uphold these Christian values are celebrating targeting communities because of their ethnicity and cutting off care to children.
And it's not just racist and xenophobic. It's actually dangerous, because what Donald Trump is doing in targeting this community, it's putting American citizens in danger.
What does targeting Somali immigrants and communities and...
Okay. On both sides, they always say, oh, that is putting us in danger. We are in danger every day we come out the womb. We are in danger because we are born into a world that is dangerous. We only survive because of timing. We don't know how many bullets we done dodged. We don't know how many near misses. So this is sickening to me, because they always say that. Why don't we talk about solution more than this idiocy? Not only is they lying, they are also putting this group of people in danger. They was in danger when they left Somalia. They was in danger when they came here. Okay? There was the Somalians being killed and hunted before this fraud crap. Why don't you tell the truth? We have criminals investigating suspected criminals. We have fraudsters investigating suspected fraudsters. And then after they have all this stuff out here in the media, then it comes out, oh, they was lying. They is blowing people's heads up with this back and forth, with this he said, she said. The only way that we're going to survive this if we stay off of media. Because media is driving people nuts.
Racism, quite frankly, have to do with illegal activity. I mean, there are videos, there are surveillance videos of people actually exchanging hands, exchanging money with parents that are pretending to bring their kids to these learning centers.
Where is this
I love that
video?
one with the typo on that learning center. And then taking their kids away and people collecting money on it. I can't understand what ethnicity has to do with that.
Where is the
That's
video?
Well, Julia, it has nothing to do with it's smoke and mirrors. This is all a distraction.
And they always talking about taxpayers' money, but it's all right for us to spend all this money on building a wall, millions of dollars to paint the wall black. That's fine. Millions of dollars to fly that criminal back and forth to Florida and everywhere else he want to go, and the vice president and all the other fools, they want to go look at games. And it's all right to spend taxpayers' money on that, okay? But they want to put so much emphasis on illegal immigrants and drugs, but forget the guns. Forget the mass shootings. Oh, that's just a part of life. That's Hey, we need y'all, so we could use y'all to get votes. We can't use that to get no votes because most of the people that vote use drugs.
Action from what the real problem is here. This has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with ethnicity.
Look at him.
We have to,
the only
under
black
President
person
Trump's leadership,
in Trump's
American people are first. Our country is first. Has nothing to do with the Somalis, but it has everything to do with criminal activity. Our job, when we get appointed, elected, our job is to uphold the law, and so that's what you see going on right. There's a lot of people in our country, the clip that you showed, some of the media, far left, that actually do not want the laws of America to be upheld. But this is a day with President Trump and other leaders in our administration where we're going to uphold the law, enforce the law, and prioritize the American people and American people only.
Want the laws
I want you to listen to
upheld?
David Sachs on why he believes that Democrats aren't outraged over Somali fraud. Let's listen.
Democrats denouncing government waste is like Don Corleone denouncing the mafia. Okay. The Democrat Party.
Okay. They always talking about the Democrats. See, this is why we all messed up. That's why this Democrat, this Republican experience that they call, is going to always fail. Because you have Democrats, they put a bunch of people in one group. I don't know what person don't want criminals prosecuted. But the criminals that are running this place is running rapid. They elected a criminal, rapist, fraudster. And then they want to talk about we don't care about crime. It don't matter who you are. This is ridiculous. This is why people need to stay off of social media, get away from all those podcasts, because they put people on there, and only the reason why they're on there is to make $1. They're not on there trying to help you out. That's why when these people on YouTube be talking about, well, join us, subscribe, so we can fight this regime. What you mean? Y'all talked about Trump like a dog, and he still got elected. But see, it's a mind game that they use. Listen to this.
He is the party of government waste and spending, taxation. It's the party of government, okay? And they just want the government to be as large as possible. And if a big chunk of that goes to fraudsters, so be it. You know what?
But this government is ran by Republicans right now.
I mean, the government has been doling out millions of dollars for fraudsters, and the Democrats don't think to seem that's a problem.
The Democrats.
Well, yes, ma'am.
With
our agency finance report that just came out at HUD,
okay, this is a Negro over HUD, over housing. He's the only black person on his team. And look at him. Look at him.
We care about the American people. We want to be,
no, they
we
don't.
will be good stewards. We will.
That's why he's cutting people's housing. That's why last month that people in housing didn't get their rent paid in December for 2 weeks.
Will enforce the law, and those that have criminalized and frauded the American people, they will be held accountable.
He lying like he looked.